Hello, my name is Han Hayashi from Ichikawa High School. I'm studying about biology cat. Do you know about this? Biology cat is solid fuel, like these pictures. It's fuel. It can fire. It is made by putting pressure. Its materials are vegetable waste, slate lime, it means CaOH2, and sawdust, like this picture. Biology cat is more eco-friendly than ordinary fuel, like oil, and it has three advantages. One is major for acid clay, because it emits less sulfur oxide. Second, effective disposal of waste. As I said before, its materials contain a lot of waste, so biology cat mixed with release of waste. Sub-merits is reduction of fossil fuel. The humans have a big problem of limited resources. I think biology cat can help this problem. My purpose is to produce my original fuel that is eco-friendly. And I hope that of biology cats. I will talk about the methods. First, I bought a ready-made biology cat to take some data. This picture is it. And I burned it. And then I tried to know how much energy it has. How much energy this picture is biology cat, and I want to know how much energy that it has. That is experiment 1 and 2. In experiment 1, I made the device in this picture. I made the device in this picture. In the beaker, there is water and some matter. In the beaker, there is water and some matter. And under the beaker, there is biology cat. Biology cat is in this. After I burned it, I tried to measure the change of water's temperature and know the calorific value of it. This picture is the burning biology cat in the can. But I found that the heat can escape from this beaker, like that. So I considered another way better than this. That is experiment 2. I made this device. In the beaker, there is a flask of warm water. There is a flask. There is a flask. A flask of warm water and water. And in the flask, there is biology cat in this device. The heat can is used only to rise water's temperature and cannot escape. But it has a big problem. I realized that I couldn't fire the biology cat inside the flask. This is the way I try to fire the biology cat. First, I split near the biology cat this device. This device can spark, but it sparks so tiny that I can't fire. Second, and sideways, I put it to match or candle into the flask. But while match or candle are dropped in, the flame was disappeared, so it's the same result on burn. First way I tried is to put heated stainless steel wire on the biology cat. I heated the stainless steel wire with a gas burner until its color turned to red, and put on biology cat, but I couldn't fire. So far, the way I tried were all boilers. But I found another way. The nylon wire connected batteries put into biology cat. This device can keep pulling energy until biology cat starts to run, I think. I haven't do this way yet, so I'm afraid that I can this dessert. I'm sorry. I'm studying yet, so I can't tell you this experiment's dessert. I'm sorry. Finally, I introduced about curiosity. My purpose is to make my original barbie gas that emit less CO2 and superoxide. I want to make it and measure how it better as they can run and compare to that. How to make is mix materials, put it into a mold, and press it by press machine. That's all. The point of these materials is to use what people can get at home, because I hope I will get the spread over all living form. I use the cell and the extra for stake 1. I smashed 2 pieces like this texture. And next, about vegetable waste. I used the vegetable seeds, skins, and cores. For example, corn, orange, watermelon, and onions, and so on. I have to smash 2 pieces, all of them, to mix equality. So I will collect dry, flash, and eggs. This picture is dried orange skin and corn cores. I will class them after I go back to the pen from now. Lastly, if we all use a biobriquette that is eco-friendly, there are less CO2 and superoxide in the world, I think. What I want to say is it's very important to develop new resources we can use forever. That's why the humans cause the global warming we have to solve by ourselves. Thank you for listening. The next project is from Miss Anaka của cô gái rồi. Please welcome her.
Hello, I'm studying about explosive, which is called garbage spider in Japan. Motivation is to study the feature of garbage spider. This spider has an interesting feature. He puts garbage like dust and living food on his own lid in a white color. I want to know why they put garbage in white color. First, I researched about mosquito electronics. I could see 26 spiders of mosquito on pine trees. I researched about slope, friction, and height. Slope shows how degrees the web leans, and the web is horizontally and the spider is on the web. It is represented as 7 degrees, and the web is vertical. It is 90 degrees, and the web is horizontally, and the spider is under the web. It is 180 degrees. This is the graph of slope. We can tell most of the spiders have a vertical web. And the red curve shows that garbage garbage makes a line, and the blue part is garbage that doesn't make a line. This is the result of direction. The direction is the way of the web is facing to. If the web is facing to north, it is 7 degrees, and east is 9 degrees. And we can tell the many waves are facing northeast and southeast. I think it has something to do with the wind direction. Height is the distance between the ground and the center of the web. Many waves are set around 110 centimeters to 130 centimeter high. Second, I collect 4 spiders out of my skull and keep them in a cage. For a few days after that, only one spider has the garbage color, but other spiders don't have the garbage. So I think the brain was too small for the spider, and they couldn't leave their bait. So I researched about the relation between the size of the web and the size of the spider. On night run, I observed 24 spiders on the skull again, and I researched about size of spiders and length of the longest part of the web and length of the shortest part of the web and height. And like this. And area of net is longest length times shortest length divided by 2. This is the graph of area of net and the length of spider. You can know the area of net is increasing according to the length of spider. And this is the graph of height from number 1 and number 3 observation. Next thing is measure the speed according to the direction of the wind. The garbage is this time most of the spiders don't have the garbage because they're too small. They're little babies. So in September, I think there's a little spider which has their garbage. So I want to observe the garbage is located on the bed. And I want to know what happens if a web is found around 90 degrees. And also I want to know whether they can tell the light. Thank you for listening.
The next one is from Miss Eriko Oluti. Welcome to also. The sound of Buddha.
I'm Enrico Oluki. I researched about sound of Fukusa in physics field. Fukusa is this red cross. It is one of the ceremony items. When I set this, I make sound with this. But not everyone can make sound, so I wondered how to make Fukusa and how to make sound with it. Number one, how does Fukusa make sound? My hypothesis is it goes sign by moving it faster than sound or closest to each other. My method is keep the moving with high-speed camera and dot the point. This is the moving. It's slow. And so this is normal type of movement to start. Result. The cross moves 22 km per hour, so it does not move faster than sound. And the cross shape was quite different each other, so it cannot be related. The second experiment is the record is with FFT. FFT is a PC software. It can analyze and make graphs. This is result. And double circle is great success, and circle is success, and triangle is also, and the X is out. Please look at first wave health. When with success, and it has 10.8 health, and when it was success, it has 16.1 health, and when it was also, it has also 15.1 health, and so I think it is some rule. This is a graph, and when it was great success, has 3 peaks, and it was success, number 1 peak, and it was out, and has 2 peaks. My third experiment is, does the sound have something to do with speed? My hypothesis is there is a relation between sound success and its speed. So, took pictures of it and movement with high-speed camera and record with FFT. This is the result. And please look at arm speed. And as you see, I found there's no relation between arm speed and the success or fault. My further experiment is so the experiment shows 1 or 2 peaks. I think the reason why it has 2 or 1 peak is these two phenomena happen at the same time or another time. There's a difference, nevertheless it succeeds or It might be dependent on the length of hand stuff. Yeah, I want to experiment more the new semester. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very Give the big hand for him, please.
Hello. I want to talk about my study of time alternation of the silver. Purpose is to clear behavior of the time alternation. This is silver. Next, I want to talk about time alternation. Time alternation is the behavior of the silver. In general, silver works such a way they can turn left and turn right, or they turn right and they turn left. This is time alternation. On the other hand, they turn left and they turn left, or they turn right and they turn right. This is not time alternation. I want to know how they decided which they turn. Investigation 1, I think they remember which they turn at the first corner. So they walk long distance, they will forget which they turn. I made such an eye and I changed this egg. I changed this egg 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 15 centimeters, 20 centimeters, and sample was 20. This is result. I calculated the rate. I couldn't find the relation between distance and behavior. After investigating 1, I saw that antennas are important to time alternation because they touch the wall with their antennas. At the investigation 2, I cut the antennas and investigated same way as first investigation. This is result. Blue line is investigation 1 and red line is 2. Red line rate was lower than blue line. Next, my hypothesis. Investigation 1, they could use both their memorized and antennas. But investigation 2, they could use only their memories. Finally, I want to talk about future subjects. I want to change distance x 30 centimeters, 40 centimeters, and so on. And I want to get more samples. Thank you for your attention.
Please welcome him.
Hello, I'm Tatsuyoshi Yamaoka. I will start my presentation about research of diamond dust from now on. First, purpose. I want to see diamond dust easily inside a room because it is very beautiful. And I want to develop a device which can be seen diamond dust easily. If I develop such a device, I get patent. Second, what is diamond dust? It is a vapor. It is that vapor in the atmosphere is abruptly cold enough to be frozen and become very small ice. Crystals of very small ice came falling from the sky and reflect the sunlight. Then we can see they are sparkling. In Japan, we can see diamond dust in Hokkaido. There are some conditions if diamond dust is seen. One, windless. If the wind blew very small ice off, we can see diamond dust. 2, morning. An angle of sunlight is good in the morning. 3, clear air. If a haze was hanging over there, we can see diamond dust. 4, very cold, at least minus 15 degrees. Diamond dust is that gas becomes solid, what is called sublimation, so air must be very cold. Third, experiment 1. I use this device. I put dry ice, it is solid CO2, the bottom of a plastic container, and put black stainless steel ball on dry ices. The inside of black stainless steel ball temperature isn't cold very well, so I failed experiment 1. Experiment 2. I cooled device which I used experiment 1 in freezer, but just as I let it out, the inside of container air temperature is rising, so I can see diamond dust. In addition, I cooled plastic container and I tried to see diamond dust, but I can't see. What is the reason I can see diamond dust? A reason is that the temperature didn't fall enough to be some limit. I must keep air cold. Please, experiment 3. I'll explain about experiment 3. First of all, I put a small black container into a big plastic container. And for dry ice, pitch was smashed between a small black container and a bigger plastic container. Next, I wind air caps around the bigger plastic container in order to keep cold. Then, the temperature of a small black container was minus 39 degrees. Finally, I broke a balloon and blew air cap in a small black container. Result. When I broke air cap, I could see very small ice particles. Red circle of the picture is one of them. I could take some movies, but I don't bring those here. Sorry. When I broke Sorry. When I broke a balloon, I could see something sparkling. This phenomenon is diamond dust too. However, I couldn't take its picture. What I recreated I had seen is this drawing. I could see it in a small black container. Consider. What is the difference between breaking a balloon and breaking air cap? I'll explain about my hypothesis. When I broke air cap, vapor which is condensed become one relatively big particle, like this. And when I broke a balloon, vapor which isn't condensed become many small particles, like this. Anyway, I don't know the reason, so I will discover the reason. Next step, I want to collect and observe diamond dust crystals. Changing conditions, for example, temperature, vapor density and concentration, etc. I practice diamond dust crystal and observe. I may understand difference of breaking a balloon and breaking air cap. If I know that, I'll develop devices which can be seen diamonds easy and cheap. For example, I use other coolants because dry ice is expensive and little dangerous. I will continue this research. Thank you for listening.
Is from Mr. Yusufi, who by line. Okay. Welcome here.
Hello. Now I want to talk about a presentation about researching on the river. First of all, why I researching about environment, the river? Because I know the Haruki River. Haruki River is the river near my school. Haruki River is called most largest river in Japan. So, and look at the picture. This picture is Haruki River. So, I want to know I want to know how dirty are rivers around my school now, and purpose. I want to research the river's environment and to consider the reason what makes the rivers dirty and finding the new method to save the rivers. Next, I want to talk about the method. I use absorbance depth of each color. When I use water of the river's water, and when I put it next to some medicines, river's water color changing. First, river's water goes not colorless, but mixing medicine and turns pink, blue, light blue, or light blue. So I researching about five things. First, COD, chemical oxygen demand. When I experiment on COD, water zero turned colorless to purple. Next, NH4 ammonia nitrogen. If I experiment colorless to light blue, and NO2M is colorless to pink, NO3M is colorless to pink. The same color. PO4B is colorless to blue. Look at the maps. As you can see, in a lot of numbers and alphabets in the maps. This alphabet and number is the point where I get the river's water. Results. And look at these graphs. This graph shows the COD million per liter. And Chiba Prefecture standard shows safe environment value is under 8 million per liter. Look at the graphs. Some points has over 8 million per liter, and average is about 5 million per liter. So COD is also made to 30. Next, I want to talk about nitrogen. Look at the three graphs. These graphs show the nitrogen. Chiba Prefecture standard that over 1 milligram per liter is very dangerous. But this graph and this left graph shows that most all points have over 2 milligram per liter. The right graph shows that most of the points have over 20 milligram per liter. So these rivers so very dirty. Next, I want to talk about POP. Phosphate. Phosphate also very dirty. And why? And this graph shows that 0.789 are low value. And look at this graph. 0.789 is very low value. This graph also very low value. And this. And these points, and why these points have low value? I think 0.8 and 0.789 the area gets lots of sunlight, so many plants in the river works too much. And 0.115 are very high value because these areas are a lot of house and a lot of domestic water and wastewater running into the river. And thus 0.C2Y are high value because these areas are mainly clear farm and using lots of fertilizer. Fertilizer is by nitrogen or phosphorus. And conservation. I think fertilizer and wastewater include NO2 and NH4N. So if I can catch the NO2 and NH4N and so on, the river's water become more getting well clearly. So I want to say, how can I catch positive ion and negative ion? I saw the method to save the river using zeolite and positive ion. Next, I want to talk about zeolite and positive ion. First, zeolite. Zeolite is made of silicon and aluminum. Zeolite has a special effect. This is that zeolite can catch the positive ion. So zeolite catch the NH4 ammonium ion. So rivers become more well. Next, I want to talk about positive ion. Positive ion can save the river because NO3 or NO2 in the river is become N2, nitrogen. Nitrogen is not gas. So rivers getting well. Conclusion. I want to find the quantity effects of zeolite and positive ion. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. I think right now we will have a 5-minute break. Okay, 5 minutes break. And after that, we will start, Thai students will start their presentation. Okay? 5 minutes, if you want to use the toilet, okay, please take your time.